Hey.
Welcome back to Backyard Gridiron Talk. I'm Addison.
I'm Frank. We're in the backyard cave here.
Backyard cave.
Yeah, all the Steelers shit.
Hey.
Here's what it is. If I had shit to hang, I would hang it, but we ain't done shit my whole life, so.
Well, I guess you can hang your shit because it's the Browns.
Anyways.
I'm funny. Anyway, obviously, we're not super excited because we didn't play last week.
Yeah,
Not
was
much.
nice.
It was nice not losing.
Yeah. It was nice watching the Bills lose.
Oh my gosh.
You know.
How about the Jets, Jets?
Yeah, that was a big win.
Ooh.
That defense played lights out in the second half.
I think they proved that, the haters kept saying, oh, look at their wins, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
How they won. But now they just beat Buffalo and held them to 17 points. So I think we can all shut our traps now.
Yeah, the Jets are
legit.
they're going to be in every game. And it's just going to come down to Zach Wilson. It's a young QB. He's in his second year. Kind of like with Kenny Pickett. He's either going to make or break some games. They didn't fuck up this week, and they won.
This
you know
is
what I
the
mean?
first game this year that he didn't throw more interceptions and touchdowns.
Right. So when he doesn't turn the ball over, their defense is good enough to keep them in games and win them games. So it'll really come down to his play, and you'll learn a lot about Zach Wilson to this year.
That you will. Another surprise, or not really a surprise, but we expected the Packers to show. They didn't.
Yeah, they faced the worst secondary in the league, and they didn't do shit.
Worst overall defense.
Yeah.
Especially the worst secondary. And, they didn't show up. I think Aaron Rodgers probably should have called it quits because this is worse than Tom Brady.
Yeah, it is worse than Tom Brady because...
I mean, this is pathetic.
Yeah, they
I'm almost to the point where I might trust the Colts with their interim head coach over Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. By the way,
that's such a stretch.
Frank Wright was fired. Jeff Saturday taking over.
Yeah, Frank Wright.
So I think
Frank Wright, in Frank Wright's defense, he was 8 games over 500 and had a different quarterback every year. And this year, no excuse.
There's no.
But
I can see Matt.
Matt Ryan didn't play well.
I can see Matt.
And their own lines played
again.
like shit. I can't see Matt Ryan starting again. And then Carson Wentz didn't play bad last year, but he played like shit in the last game. It's like you got rid of him. It's just, I don't know. I feel like, Frank Wright was going to get fired no matter what, but he really didn't do a terrible job considering what he was handed.
Yeah, I think the owner of the Colts
Jim Irsay,
if they don't win each and every game or win right away, all hell breaks
loose. Well, he fucking hired Jeff Saturday.
He gets rid of quarterbacks like they're nothing.
And biggest Jeff Saturday. Growing up, I loved Jeff Saturday. Peyton Manning was my favorite quarterback, and I played center. So Jeff Saturday is who I looked to, and so I was a big Jeff Saturday fan. But you hired a dude that was working for ESPN, and is the only coach high school football where he went 3-7.
We'll see.
I hope he does well. I think and I feel like
and he's just an intern.
He's just an interim coach, but you bring him into a situation where all these coaches have been there this whole time. It's just kind of I don't know. I would not that I'm Jeff Saturday, but I picture myself walking there I don't know what the fuck. I don't it'd just be weird. You know what I mean? You don't know anybody in the fucking locker room. You don't know any of the coaches, and you're supposed to go out there and lead them. I hope it works, and I guess you're hoping that he's respected enough that it will work, and when he talks, you'll listen because he's a former player and he was a great.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
just interesting. You have Dan Quinn on your Dan Quinn wasn't a great head coach, but he took a team to a Super Bowl, blew it, but he took a team to a Super Bowl. He's experienced enough that you could have just had him be the interim head coach.
But then you got to pull him away from Dallas, and would he?
No, sorry, they have Gus Bradley.
I was about to say.
No, I didn't mean Dan Quinn. Sorry.
Dallas.
They have Gus Bradley, who was a former coach.
For an interim title.
My apologies, Gus Bradley. But Gus Bradley was a former coach, so
he didn't lead him to the Super Bowl.
No, I got my coaches confused.
Wait, no, he wasn't. He wasn't even the AFC Championship.
No,
that was Doug Marrone.
But he has playoff experience. Nonetheless, he still has some experience.
Gus Bradley, I don't think ever made the playoffs in Jacksonville. I think that was all Doug Marrone.
Nonetheless,
I'm fact checking you like a motherfucker.
You are. That's great.
I don't.
My point
I don't
is,
know if mine are facts either. So.
Gus Bradley still has some experience.
I trust the Colts more than the Packers,
Yeah,
so you can't trust
really.
me. But honestly, it's like the Packers. Like, what are you doing? It may be a stretch, but honestly, the Colts could probably beat Detroit. That's why I say it. And like with Matt Ryan, not Sam Ehlinger, but I really don't know what's going on. I don't think they're capable of getting it fixed either, just because Rodgers just doesn't have the weapons.
Yeah.
He only needs a single weapon. They proved that day in and day out with Devontae Adams. But they didn't even try any harder to go after Claypool. They offered the same thing the Bears did. They're just like, I'm not saying Claypool's like going to be a top tier receiver with Aaron Rodgers, but he's definitely better than what they have.
Yeah.
And if I'm a Packer fan, I don't see this getting fixed personally, just because, you know, it's not like they have any big injuries. They're waiting for somebody to get back or anything like that. And it's just like, what do you do?
Maybe they should have tried to trade Rodgers. It's just start Jordan Love.
Go like pick up some receivers that are available right now. Like even like a Deshaun Jackson. Bring in some veterans.
He's on the Ravens.
I know, but prior to that, bring him in. Bring a veteran presence over there in that wide receiver court. Like good thing I'm not a Packers fan. I mean, I am a Steeler fan. We're just about the same record, but T.J. Watt is back. So, you already know what that means. The defense is back. Hopefully. We play New Orleans. They didn't look good at all against Baltimore.
They play well. They play bad.
We don't know what the Saints are going to give us on Sunday. But I can't wait to find out.
Browns play the Dolphins.
Oof. Should be good. Should be a good game.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be back and forth.
They're in Miami?
In Miami. If our defense plays like they played against Cincinnati and plays well. They played well the last couple. Since the Patriots game, they played pretty well. If they could slow down Tyreek Hill in that offense, I think they'll stay in it. Miami clearly has no defense. They give up 32 points to the Bears rather easily.
Clearly has no they just got Bradley Chubb, though, too.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
we'll see.
We'll see.
I don't think they cleared. That was one bad game.
I mean, their defense hasn't played well all year.
Yeah, but
they go 35 points to the Ravens.
Yeah, but also the Bears' offense is actually kind of rolling right now. So
we scored like 30 points in the majority of our games.
I know.
So I'm not worried about. I think our offense will be able to score.
I just don't think they're terrible.
They haven't played well for the majority of their games. That's all I'm saying.
We'll see.
Okay. I'm taking so. I like them. I think they got a good chance to compete. Josh Allen might have got hurt, so we might not have to face him. So that's good for us. And then we play the Bucks. So
if you got to play Case Keenum, that's a dub.
Yeah. So hopefully,
Keenum, but not gonna get
if we can win this Dolphins game and then face Case Keenum and then the Bucks, we could be looking at 6 wins when Watson come back. We'll see what happens. I'll take it.
It's definitely.
I'll take it, considering
you don't want to see anyone injured, obviously, especially Josh Allen. Everyone likes him. But honestly, it's like it's definitely an advantage for you. So it's something to look forward to, I guess.
I'm going to the game too, so.
But anyway, there's not much news going on this week other than those surprising games. Philadelphia remains undefeated after they didn't totally blow out Houston like I thought. That was actually
it was a good game for a minute.
Surprisingly. Houston stuck around, didn't expect that, but Philadelphia still got it done. So the picks for last week, Frank went 9-4, I went 8-5. So it gives me a 6-game lead now. So I keep dropping. It was 8 games or something. Something like that. I don't know. But anyway, without further ado, since we don't have much to talk about, let's get into the week
10. Week 10.
Yeah,
week 10. Trying to get them loaded. I know the first game's absolutely horrendous, though. It's Jacksonville and someone else.
Jacksonville and...
I'm not even going to watch it. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, it's, how is it?
Oh, no. It's the Falcons and Panthers.
Well, that's even
It's,
worse.
I mean, it's not any better.
That's why we said Jackson.
Yeah, really.
Same shit.
They didn't have a crazy game, so maybe I'll watch like the last 5 minutes because the last 5 minutes of their last game was nuts. But
I feel like it's not going to be the same as
Yeah,
last time.
I don't
feel
think
like,
it's- yeah.
I feel like the Panthers got even more deflated after that loss. The Bengals, they didn't even show up, and I think this is going to be a punch in the mouth by the Falcons. So I got the Falcons big.
yeah, I'm also taking the Falcons. I love their run game. The weather might play a factor with the hurricane coming in, and the Panthers just looked like absolute booty cheeks. Like they got destroyed by the Bengals, and they're still starting PJ Walker. So I really don't know what to make of that. Not that Baker played. I mean, Baker played second string defense most likely, but he still got you 2 touchdowns. Got the ball moving a little bit. Didn't give the Bengals the ball in their territory the whole time. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Panthers or the Falcons as well. I'm trying to get this,
So
these lovely
we don't
picks
know
loaded.
any of the
So
picks
don't know
this
who did the
week.
picks.
So that's fun.
Addison's.
It's not my Wi-Fi.
It's just there's no service down here.
We're in the basement.
I know. My
It's too
basement.
cold to go outside.
My basement has service.
All right, listen. Not everyone has your basement.
I'm just saying. All right, next up we have Seattle and Tampa Bay. This game is not here; it's in London because it starts at 9:30.
London.
I'm taking Seattle. They're the better team overall. They're in first place in their division. So are the Bucks, but they're 4-5, and they struggled again. The Rams haven't played well all season, and they barely beat the Rams. They found a way. Brady got the ball one too many times and let him down the field, and they won the game.
Rams
But
had them stopped and gave it right back.
yeah, but I'm gonna take Seattle. They're hot.
Yeah. Tom Brady is undefeated since getting divorced. 1-0.
True. These are
But,
facts.
yeah, Seattle's the better team. I think Seattle's even getting in the conversation for one of the top teams in the NFC.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that? Pete Carroll and Geno Smith getting it done. I got to take Seattle too. Tampa doesn't look great, although they're coming off a win.
Yeah.
Just,
Next game, we have what could be game of the week, although Josh Allen might not be playing. Vikings-Bills. I'm taking the Vikings simply. It's in Buffalo, so it's going to be tough. But if Josh Allen does play, he clearly has some sort of injury. He's not 100%. The Vikings are hot. I mean, they're the best team, second best team in the NFC.
Yeah.
They have 1 loss. They really love playing for their coach. It's not in prime time, so Kirk Cousins will show up. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Vikings on the road. Big game. It's going to be a fun game.
Even after that, go ahead.
No, I would say if Allen plays,
Yeah,
obviously.
I can't talk. Even after that Jets game, I feel like Buffalo could win this game, and it, by 2 scores. You never know. But with Josh Allen, it's trending towards like he's not going to play. Just don't think Buffalo without Josh Allen is capable of beating healthy Minnesota. So I'm going to take Minnesota. It could be subject to change though if Josh Allen does play.
Next we have, which should also be a good game, high scoring, Lions-Bears in Chicago. I'm taking Chicago, and I just think that, as much as I want the Lions to succeed, the Bears offense, like you said, is rolling, and the Lions defense, okay, they beat the Packers, which, maybe back in the day would be a big thing, but they're not looking great this year, so I'm going to take the Bears at home.
Yeah, I was thinking about this game, but
It's a division game. It could go either way.
It could, but honestly, it's like with the Bears' offense finding a way to click. They didn't even really involve Claypool in that
No.
win or that.
He had a
narrow
couple
loss to
catches,
Miami,
but
I feel like they're gonna take advantage of this defense to actually get him into the system, get rolling, and I think at that point, the Lions' offense just won't be able to keep up because they're very inconsistent. So I got to take Chicago too.
Next we have the Jags at the Chiefs. Oh, I'm taking the Chiefs.
Taking the Chiefs.
They're at home. Chiefs at home against
We don't even need to say it.
an inferior
Even
team.
if they were in Jacksonville Chiefs.
I know. Next we have
Even if they were in London Chiefs.
the Browns traveling to Miami to take on the Dolphins.
Should be a good one.
Should be a good one. Should be a home game for the Browns. I know a lot of people going to the game.
Everyone's
Yeah.
a home game in Miami.
True.
Except
So
for the Dolphins.
it's true.
Well, I'll take that back. Jacksonville, it might be a toss.
Right. We're coming off a bye. Our defense looked good. We got healthier. Wyatt Teller should be back. Njoku should be back. Denzel Ward should be back, which is big because they have great receivers down there. I'm going to take the Browns because I like our chances coming off a bye. And I don't know. Like I was saying earlier, I think we'll be able to score against this Dolphins defense enough to keep up with them, and hopefully our defense will keep us in the game. I think it's really a toss-up, though.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
This is going to be a very high-scoring game.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that. Just the matter of, if Dolphins can figure out their defense, because they did get a couple, Bradley Chubb and everything, but I don't know if, we'll see if they can slow down Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
It's going to be a shootout, and just for the sake of, this game could go either way. I'll give the Browns that, but just for the sake of not picking the same game, I'm taking Miami.
All right, I'll take it. Maybe I'll get 2 wins on Sunday.
You got to make it interesting here.
Next, we have the Texans traveling to New York to take on the Giants.
Taking the Giants.
Yeah, same. Saints Steelers in Pittsburgh.
T.J. Watt is back, baby.
Yeah.
It's going to be, we're facing Andy Dalton. Historically, we've been great against Andy Dalton. Mike Tomlin has. Obviously, big part of that was Brian Roethlisberger. But, I didn't see a whole lot of oomph from that Saints offense. Their defense is good with Cam Jordan and whatnot. But when it comes down to it, Steelers, Mike Tomlin, whenever he's in a position where he needs to win, he finds a way. And with T.J. Watt coming back at home against a wishy-washy New Orleans squad, I think Pittsburgh's going to get it done.
I'm going to take the Saints just for they need to catch up in games.
Sure. And I picked against the Browns.
I mean, it's a toss-up. Like,
no, it is a toss-up.
It's a 2.5-point game. You don't know which Saints team you're going to get.
Pittsburgh's favored in?
No, New Orleans is favored. I mean, you have 2 wins.
Yeah, and they have 3.
No, they only have 3.
And we're at home.
They have better.
T.J. Watt coming back.
Yeah, they have Alvin Kamara. He might score 5 tutties.
No,
he might.
We don't give him 5 touchdowns.
We got next game. Broncos going to Tennessee to face the Titans. Titans' impressive performance, I would say, on Sunday night. With Malik Willis starting, they were in the game against Tennessee or against Kansas City. They were beating Kansas City. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes worked some magic, ran the ball a lot, got down the field, but Tennessee was impressive. Broncos' defense is so good, and that's what's frustrating.
This explanation is taking way too long. I'm taking the Titans because I'm not going to ride.
That's fair. I think the Broncos' defense is good enough that they could win the game. That's why if Malik Willis is starting again, are you serious?
All right.
That's all I'm
Derrick
saying.
Henry, and the Broncos' quarterback is Russell Wilson.
I mean, you're not wrong. I'm going to take the Titans.
Okay.
Colts Raiders. Oh, God. Talk about a terrible game.
Talk about 2 of the most disappointing games.
Jesus Christ. 2-6 versus 3-5-1. The Raiders are 6-point favorites at home. I'm going to take the Raiders because, you have to win eventually, right?
You would think. I mean, we could say that about the Colts, too.
Yeah, but the Jeff Saturday's their fucking coach. At the end of the day, that's what it's coming down to.
Their issues.
Jeff Saturday's your head coach.
Be, what are they going? They got to figure something out with that offense. They got to stick to it. With that being said, Raiders have looked like crap too, but they're at home. They play decent at home. Maybe not this year, but overall, I got to take the Raiders too.
Cowboys, Packers, Cowboys.
Packers suck.
Cardinals, Rams.
Oh, it just gets better and better.
3-6 versus 3-5.
Taking Arizona. No, I'm kidding. I'm taking the Rams because Cliff Kingsbury just can't beat Sean, whatever his name is.
Sean McVay?
Yeah.
No, Sean McVay can't beat Kyle Shanahan.
Yes.
I'm taking
Cliff Kingsbury.
I'm taking the Cardinals because the Rams' line's still trash.
Okay.
And DeAndre Hopkins has played well since he's gotten back, so I'm going to take the Cardinals. Chargers, Niners in San Francisco. Sunday Night Football.
Should be a good one.
Taking the Niners.
Probably game of the week.
Sunday Night Football, so
It
yeah,
doesn't
probably.
mean it's always game of the week.
I mean, true. They
yeah.
just flexed out the Steelers Bengals for
I
next
know.
week. Thank
Like,
God.
It's-
Although we all would have went to
got
bed
that
early.
point.
We all would have went to bed early
We're
though.
at that point where we're getting flexed out of Sunday night. We're usually being flexed in.
Yeah.
It's really frustrating. But it's all good. It makes more sense to put the Chargers and Chiefs on.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
But yeah, I'm taking the Niners at home.
I both teams, they're two of those teams that I want to see more from and just haven't. Chargers, I just feel like their coaching is the issue, and Shanahan's going to outcoach them, and Shanahan's at home. Jimmy G has to play well, but they do have McCaffrey, so if he doesn't play well, McCaffrey's there. So San Francisco.
And last.
It's definitely least.
Last. We got the Commies going to Philadelphia to face the undefeated Philadelphia
It's
Eagles.
not terrible.
It's not terrible. Heineke's
I thought it
playing.
was something else for
No.
some reason.
I'm taking the Eagles.
You know how I feel about Washington.
Take Taylor Heineke. I don't care.
You know how I feel about Washington. They almost pulled it out against Minnesota, and you were laughing at me.
They didn't.
They didn't, but they almost did. Where are they?
It's in Philly
Oh.
on Monday night. Take them. Take them.
You know how I feel about Taylor Heineke.
Take 'em.
I'm going to sound like Chris Collinsworth here.
About Ben Roethlisberger?
No, Taylor Heineke. Well, now it's Patrick.
It's
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. It's so bad.
You know, that Taylor Heineke guy, he knows he can really sling it. And if you look at his time at Old Dominion, boy, did he play well. Also, on the other side of the ball, you have Jalen Hurts, and wow, that guy. I mean, the Eagles are just rolling right now. I don't know who to take. That was my Chris Collinsworth impression. With that being said, I'm taking Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I don't think
figured
Heineke's going to
you
get
would.
it done. If he would have beat Minnesota, Philadelphia going down. Eventually, Philadelphia is going to lose. They're not.
No,
I don't think they're capable
Yeah.
of going undefeated.
Oh, their
I don't think
schedule's
they're that
pretty
good.
soft. I looked at and one of my fantasy teams is the whole Eagles offense, and I'm like, all right, how long could this last? And I looked at their schedule, and I'm like, they might lose to Dallas, but that's like last week of the season. Every other team is like definitely beatable.
Yeah.
I mean, are they going to win every game? Maybe not. Probably not. But like they could. Dallas, they probably lose. Dallas. With Dallas playoff berth on the line, I mean, I think, and they probably at that point will have at least a playoff spot, the division locked up. They probably lose to Dallas.
Now, I do want to ask you a question, because what we've seen throughout the weeks is we pick a game every week that's like, oh, for sure they're going to win.
Yeah.
And there's always that one that we pick that, nope,
We're
they don't.
completely wrong on.
So,
Yeah.
out of all the games where we picked the same team, what other team do you think has a chance, the best chance? Mine is going to be Tampa Bay over Seattle. Just
Yeah,
because
that's
Tom
fair.
Brady.
I mean, Buffalo over Minnesota,
Well,
but that's a close
that will
game.
happen.
That's a close
I'm changing
game.
my pick to Buffalo. Josh Allen. We're not. changing
I honestly,
our
I
picks.
think Tennessee,
Tennessee.
because I think the Broncos could
Okay.
possibly have a big game. Like they're coming off a bye, and like if maybe they figured their fucking offense out,
Probably not.
probably not. But like,
There's always that.
but in Tennessee, like I get it. Derrick Henry's one of the best. And speaking of Derrick Henry, when Mike Tirico asked how's the best running back in the NFL doing, he said that would be Nick Chubb, and mad respect because game recognizes game, obviously. I mean, Derrick Henry's a beast, so like
Yeah.
he could definitely keep them in the game. We saw it against Kansas City, but maybe Denver gets hot and they score a lot, and Tennessee's out of it early. I don't know,
Maybe Denver
but
gets
but
hot
like you said,
and they score a lot.
listen.
That's the name of the video.
But
Keep talking.
what I'm saying is, you asked me to pick a game that we both picked that
No,
were
I
like for
get it,
sure,
But
and
that
like
quote just
I know.
gets me.
I mean, it's a great. What can I say? So like that's where I'm going with. Like we don't think Denver can win. So watch Denver come out and whoop Tennessee and like, wow, we're stupid.
No,
I don't think it'll happen though, because I think Mike Vrabel's a great coach. I love their defense, and like you said,
they almost beat Kansas City.
Right,
And
like
with
they
Malik
should.
Willis.
Right,
So
and one of Denver's biggest strength is their corners. And if Tennessee's not throwing the ball, their corners are out of the game. They traded their best pass rusher in Bradley Chubb to Miami. So like the defense is still good.
the more you talk, the less likely this is going to happen.
I know.
In Denver.
I don't want it to happen. We picked Tennessee. I'm just saying.
I know.
You told me to pick one. That's
No,
the
I
one
get
that
it.
I'm picking. You know.
All right, but I guess
You picked Tampa, which Seattle just seems like they're the real deal in my opinion. And
Now-
Tampa just not. Seattle's the more complete team, and that's why I think they'll beat Tampa.
Now,
It's in
last
London,
question
though,
here.
so.
Out of the games that we both
Picked each team.
picked,
We picked against
different
each other.
teams.
Yeah.
I can't talk. Which one do you think has the best chance of winning?
Let's
So
see.
it's either going to be for you. It's either
It's
going to
gonna
be
be
Miami,
Cleveland.
Pittsburgh, LA Rams, or
Easy the Rams, because it's a division game.
I was going to say Cleveland.
But you think? I think that the Rams could beat Arizona.
Yeah, and I think
I don't think I think
I think the Browns have out
the
of all
best
games,
chance to
best
beat the
chance,
Dolphins.
Yeah. I'm not going to say the Saints because they're not.
Well, no, yeah, and I'm not going to say the Dolphins because I think the Browns are going to beat them.
Yeah,
But
so
the Rams and the Cardinals are a division game, and usually those are always close.
we're just throwing this out there because,
Yeah.
like I said, these games are wild.
Yeah,
So it's basically our iffy confidence.
yeah.
So with that, I don't think we have anything else.
No, just
Look forward to Sunday. Alabama lost.
yes, Clemson or LSU
Yeah.
in OT.
And,
Clemson lost too. Notre Dame
Alabama is
10, right?
done.
Yeah,
9.
nine.
But,
Yeah,
you know,
but
they're
still.
gonna all have
They have 2 losses.
Yeah.
They'll be
the
very,
college football
and they can't
playoff.
win their SEC
unless LSU loses.
right.
At this point, I think it's a couple games because they're a game up, I believe.
Well, Alabama lost to Tennessee too. So
so Alabama has 2 SEC losses.
Yeah.
LSU has 1.
And
'cause
Tennessee
one of their
has 1.
losses is to Florida State.
Yeah.
So LSU only has 1 SEC loss, so they need to lose twice
yeah,
for Alabama to get in
yeah,
because they
So,
have the tiebreaker. So no Alabama.
yeah. It'll be
Um,
nice.
It's a great time. College football playoff right now is consisting of Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan,
And TCU.
and TCU.
Most likely, Ohio State and Michigan both won't be there because they play each other, and then only one of them can win the Big Ten.
I
So.
think. I don't know.
I mean, maybe if they're their only losses each other and it's a close game, it's
That-
possible. But
It's weird. I think if Georgia loses before they play each other, I think they both have a chance to get in, pending a close game.
I think if the only way Michigan gets in is if they beat us and it's a close game. Because I think that
Honestly,
Ohio State has a better chance to get in with one
I
loss.
take that back.
In my
because I think that would be the case if it wasn't for last year, Michigan not even showing up to the playoff. They didn't even get off the plane, pretty much.
Right.
So maybe I take that back. Because
But
the playoff, in the back of their minds, they're like, this team didn't change all that much.
Right.
Are we gonna
But if Michigan beats Ohio State, but it's a close game, and then they win the Big Ten, and then their only loss is to Michigan, and maybe Ohio State having that pool,
it
and
depends on
they'll have a shot. It'll depend on who else is
because
left.
if you get Oregon winning the Pac-12 with one loss, if you get,
Right. USC,
you
USC with one loss.
yeah, I mean they could.
I mean-
I just see USC losing again before
Yeah,
the Pac-12
right,
championship. So, with that being said, also TCU. I mean,
Yeah.
they easily could go undefeated
Right,
at this
right.
point. And if they go undefeated, they're automatically in. I think the locks right now are definitely Georgia, but just because I don't feel like they're going to lose.
Yeah.
I mean, after beating Tennessee the way they did, it's just they're starting to hit their stride. And TCU, honestly, I don't want to say they're a lock, but I think just based on their schedule, they might be
Yeah.
just by default.
I mean, they're
Just
in now,
because
and if they're already in
Big
now, and if
12
they don't
isn't-
lose,
isn't
they're
hard.
not going
I
to be
think
out.
their toughest game left is this week against Texas, and Texas is always overrated.
Yeah.
So
It'll be a game, though. I
we'll
mean,
see.
yeah, it should be
Yeah,
back
Saturday
and
night
forth.
football, college game days there.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, and Penn State won. I don't think it matters. I guess. Hey,
You wanted James Franklin fired. So.
Yeah, I did, but it's hard to root for them to lose.
I know. I get it.
But honestly, it's setting up. Maybe we could play Alabama in a New Year's Six bowl, not the playoff, but
you want to play Alabama?
Let's play Alabama.
All right.
I want to play Alabama. I always see Ohio State and Michigan plays Georgia just because we never make the SEC championship.
The playoff.
We never make the college football playoff. We probably will once it expands to 12 teams.
I mean, I would hope.
Caliber school like we have, we should be in the top freaking 12. Right now we're 14, but our toughest game left's Michigan State. So if they extended it this year, which obviously they're not, we would be in the top 12. But like, we never get that opportunity. We play Auburn, but Auburn fired their coach. Auburn is in disarray right now. So, I want that chance against Alabama or Clemson. Yeah. Like, I just want to see what we can do.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
We could play Clemson too, but right now it's looking like I think the SEC or ACC is gonna be right now. It's still Clemson and North Carolina, I believe.
Yeah,
if they're on the different sides. It would be those two in the ACC championship, so should be good. I feel like Clemson's going to lose again, not have a chance. Like
they're not having a great season.
No, Notre Dame crushed them.
Yeah,
like they weren't even there. But DJ Ungalale, whatever his name is. But anyway, that's all we have now.
Yeah.
So if you like college football, maybe we'll start talking about it more. But we never get feedback because I guess no one watches. So that's all the time we have. I'm Addison.
Frank, thanks for joining us.
Have a good week.